Alright, so I'm going to show how I've been making my newest cards on my silver cardstock paper. I really like this new paper by Ranger, and I really like the kind of patina look that it gives. So I'm working with three colors. Two of them are from the Mariner collection. I have Mermaid and Indigo. And then I also have Butterscotch, which is not in the Mariner collection, but it's one of my favorites. It's kind of a caramel brownish yellow. So I can take the caps off of these because the bottles are airtight, air doesn't go into them, so it doesn't dry out the paint. But I don't want to mix up the caps, so I'm going to try to keep them over here. I also have a little airbrusher because I get really tired of blowing through the straw, which I will also use, but when I get tired of that or I want more kind of direct blowing, then I just use the little airbrusher. So I'm going to start with the color I'm going to use the most, which is Mermaid, and I'm going to do like, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squirts on there. And I also have my blending solution, which I just refilled with rubbing alcohol because it works pretty much the same way. So I'm going to put the blending solution on all of the drops and make sure that I get enough on there to blow it around. And I actually want to start with the airbrusher. I'm just going to kind of blow it in every direction and change directions as I'm blowing too. And this dries in seconds. I mean, you can see it drying. And even as it's drying, I can move it around. So it moves and it's dry. So that's really cool. That's a really good starting. And I learned last time that I can't work with the butterscotch too much or it'll start to turn brown, but I do want to get some of the green. So I'm going to do butterscotch right here, 2 drops, and I'm going to do some in this bottom corner, 2 drops. And I'm not going to hit that with the blending solution, and I'm going to wait just a second to let that dry a little. And then I'm going to blow it. And I can get some of the green without muddying it up too much. There we go. So now I want to go in with this indigo, and I really want like this whole corner to be indigo, so I'm going to go straight onto the paper and do a bunch of little tiny dots. Let it bleed through a little bit, and then hit it right in the middle with 3 drops of the blending solution. I'm going to tilt the card a little bit this way. Kind of fill in that corner, and then I'm going to tilt it this way and down. And that indigo is really vibrant, and I can stop the flow of the ink by tilting it, like where I tilted it into the yellow butterscotch, and then a little more down this side, but away from the butterscotch. Don't want to muddy that up too much. Alright. So that's a really good starting, and I can go back in with the Mermaid and fill in some of the spots, and I can allow it to kind of dry on its own, or I can reactivate it, and I can blow it in whatever direction I want, let it dry on its own, get that cool effect. And even once it's dry, you can just go in with the blending solution, and it's not going to spread it around quite as much, but it'll still give you that nice effect. So I don't want to get into this indigo too much. It's really dark. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll kind of go back and layer in maybe a little more butterscotch, but that's pretty much all I do to make these. And then I'll go in with some gold. I'll do that in my next video.